Mikey? Did the countdown work? Did people see?
Hey guys, hope you're doing well. It's another Sunday night with Uncle Loz and Auntie Liz.
Yeah, we're on the wrong side though, Lozzie, but not. It's flipped us.
It's flipped us.
Very unnerving.
It's because you're using your new software.
Yeah, but how will people know who is who?
I think they can tell who is who. It's not quite that bad. How are you guys doing? I hope you've had an amazing weekend. We've had a fun one.
Yeah, we have had a really fun week. Wow, it's just been playing catch up. It's been such a busy week, especially in the world of strongman. Obviously, we had OSG, we had the Magnus Classic.
We've had so much
last weekend. There was a Strongman Champions League final. There was also Sweden's Strongest Man. It's been low key, like one of the busiest weeks of the year in terms of strongman, hasn't it?
It's been very busy. We've been very busy. Have kind of been catching up on things as well. There's
life.
I've entered a competition.
Yes. Do you want to talk about that?
I think I should. Yes.
I think you should.
Important news. I feel everyone knows, or most people know, I still love training. Always going to train. It's just part of who I am. But it turns out just training to get in shape with no real goal doesn't excite me that much.
Mm-hmm.
So I needed something just to give me a bit of focus. When we went to I went to the States twice in less than 2.5 weeks. And I put on a little bit of weight. I wasn't very good on my nutrition while I was away.
No.
When you go to America, it's just the food's amazing and you got to try things out.
So much of it as well.
It just wasn't very good for staying on plan. And I had no goal to really keep me focused on staying on plan. So when we got back, just if anyone is interested, I put on 9 kilos in a month. But
in a month or in a week?
Well, from when I took that picture when I was down to 140
It was
kilos.
IHOP, you're not wrong.
Yes, it was IHOP and various other establishments as well. But I've weighed myself again today and I've since lost 5 kilos since then. So most of that was water.
Yeah.
So I'm about 144 kilos. And that's not too bad. 144 kilos. I've entered a competition at under 140. Now, I've entered a competition called Tattooed and Strong, which is a push-pull competition. I've done it twice before.
Yeah.
Both times I have won it. It's a great fun competition. You do not have to be tattooed, but you do need to be strong.
And thankfully, you're tattooed also. So.
Well, I'm tattooed and right now I wouldn't say I'm strong, but by April when I'm going to do it, I will be. And I'm going to do it at under 140 kilos. Last time I did it at 165 kilos. So almost like 360 pounds.
Yeah.
This time I want to be around this 300 to 310 mark. So a little bit lighter, try and get as close to the numbers that I hit last time. But just bench and deadlift, it's not too stressful. I just needed a goal. So
yeah,
I'm excited. Liz isn't, but
someone said, "What tea are we drinking?" Do you know what? I've left my cup in the bloody kitchen. All the panic.
Oh, there we go.
That's the blurry side. So show it the other way.
It's got a coffee stain on the other side.
I was going to say it's got a coffee stain. Look. Oh, you can't see because the light. Oh, where's the camera? There we go. Tea time with Luz and Liz. Isn't that cute?
It is cute.
Absolutely covered in spatters and stains.
Right.
Hold on. I'm just going to have to quickly go get mine. This is totally wrong.
You just slacking today.
I'm so disorganized.
All right. We've got a few questions coming in. So let me have a quick look. I'm just scrolling to the top. I'm going to try and answer more of your questions today. Oh, we got a new member. Thank you for becoming a member. 451 Fire Dog. Thank you for becoming a member of Team Liz and Loz.
There we go.
So, just lots of hellos.
Someone asked, what numbers are you hoping to hit, Loz? That was from the Snowball.
So I've not really decided on numbers yet. I had a training session last week to see where I was at. So I went into the gym, barely trained in the last month, flying back and forth from the States. I did a few like light workouts in like hotel gyms and stuff, but no big lifting weights. I had a session just to see where I was at. I deadlifted 300 kilos, 660 pounds with double overhand hook grip. That was fine. And I did 700 pounds with straps after that. And I did a 400-pound bench, 180, just shy of 400 pounds, 180 kilo bench, just to see where I was at, considering I've not done any kind of strength stuff since June when I did that comp. I wasn't too disappointed. Last time I competed in this powerlifting contest, I deadlifted 380 and I benched 500 pounds, 227.5 kilos. So I'd like to get reasonably close to those numbers,
Yeah.
but at a much lighter body weight. So that's the main goal.
And it is raw. Someone just asked.
Yeah, totally raw.
True.
Yeah, I don't want to do a quick powerlifting. It's literally a bit of fun for me to have some kind of goal. No kind of, ambitions of smashing any world records or anything like that. I just like something to focus on. Love training, and I've never been a great bencher, so I'll do the bench as well. I can't do a full powerlifting meet at the moment just because I've got a knee issue that's affecting my squat. So deadlift and bench is nice and easy.
All right, get off, please.
Sorry, Liz is in control.
Right. I am. There we go. Look, we can see things now.
Look at this fancy.
I know. Isn't it
graphics you got.
cool? Isn't it cool? I mean, we're kind of hidden, but it's okay. It's still cool. Herit Evers. Thank you for the super chat. I'm going to the UK in April for a month from the Netherlands. What shows should I hit while I am over? Oh, if you're here early enough, on the 2nd of April is Europe's Strongest Man. That is absolutely worth going to. It's in Leeds. Leeds is very central in England, so pretty easy to get to no matter where you are. But yeah, that would definitely be.
And if powerlifting is your thing, on the 8th, well, it'd be the 9th that I compete. I'm going to compete on the 9th of April in Tattooed and Strong, which is in Manchester, at the Tattoo Tea Party. It's a really good, well-run powerlifting comp, and it's part of the Tattoo Tea Party, which is a huge tattoo convention.
And you can get a tattoo while you're there.
You got a tattoo last time.
I got a tattoo last time. It's so cool. I actually missed what was your first lift?
The bench.
Oh no, I didn't miss your bench. I missed Sam's bench. Sorry, Sam. Here we go. T-Bell, thank you also. Great content. Love you guys. And good luck to Loz. A random question, but why is Mariusz Pudzianowski not often brought up as a GOAT in Strongman? Lawrence, answer the man.
Mariusz is definitely one of the best of all time. And when it comes to World's Strongest Man winners, he's got the most wins. He's got 5 wins.
I'll make it go away now because it's quite big.
It is. But there's more to being the GOAT than just the amount of World's Strongest Man wins, because in Strongman particularly, there's a lot of other big competitions, and Mariusz didn't win so many of those. He never won the Arnolds and some of the other bigger shows that maybe someone like Zydrunas has won. Also, there was a split in federations when Mariusz won a few of his titles. Now, this isn't taking anything away from Mariusz.
No.
He is an incredible strongman, but when you delve deeper into it and you know a bit more about the sport and you understand the differences in the type of competitions, think of it like tennis. It's great winning one Grand Slam title the most amount of times, but the real greats of the sport can win every single type of competition on different surfaces, etc. In Strongman, it's the same. You've got different types of shows, some that are heavier, some that are more conditioning based. And the really great guys can win all the different shows. And I guess Zydrunas I always put at the top. He's won 4 World's Strongest Man titles, only one behind Mariusz. Yeah. But he's also won 2 IFSA world titles, which is when the competition, the competitors split, and a lot of the top guys at that time went to IFSA. And Mariusz was the only one left competing against a lot of up-and-coming newer guys that weren't quite as well established at the time. You've heard that answer way too many times from me, haven't you? I can see how bored you are.
I've phased out. But also, I was thinking, he probably doesn't, all that, taken into consideration, he doesn't get the respect he deserves.
No, he doesn't.
And I think a lot of it is newer fans into the sport maybe don't know about him or haven't seen him perform.
Mariusz in 2003 was absolutely incredible. He's probably one of the most dominant performances I've ever seen in a strongman competition. Yeah. But Mariusz, he got really good really quickly and then sort of plateaued. Yeah. Whereas some guys didn't get as good as quickly, but they continued to progress and got better, and the sport sort of went on. And I think everyone has their favorites from different generations. I know some people, they're just going to, you're madly supportive of Jean-Paul Sigmarsson, so you're always going to say he's the best. I think we're all a little bit biased of people in our own generation. But I try and sort of look throughout the history. And, for me, it is Zydrunas. Even though we've got a video coming out about Mariusz this week.
Yes. Well, this week we're going to have on our head-to-head videos, Zydrunas versus Mariusz.
So that's an interesting one to watch.
It's a fun one. Heidi's here, and glad I'm not the only one with Christmas up. Yay! And
this is all Liz, by the way.
Obviously. Honestly, if it was up to Loz, we'd never even have a tree. Here's what she looks like. Oh, hold on. I need to get rid of Heidi's comment. Sorry, Heidi. There it is.
Your tree has a crown? What's this all about?
Well, the star was floppy. I couldn't get anything to... they don't make that pointy branch pointy enough, Lozzie. It's not strong enough. It was very floppy, so I had to let's hide that. I was like, right, it's really important that I upload this photo for the stream. We were nearly late. Anyway, let's get back to questions. You can hear a fly. Yeah, it might be a moth. Oh, sorry. Normal service will resume in a second. Loz's. Okay, Ben Gill. Thank you so much, Ben. Lozzie,
yes.
If you had to choose one favorite strongman ever, who would it be? Mine's Magnus Samuelsson.
Mine is also Magnus Samuelsson. Magnus Samuelsson was my childhood hero. And he was always my favorite strongman. I supported him every time I watched it. And when I finally got the chance to meet him, he was a lovely guy with it.
Yeah, so that's so nice.
He's always going to be my favorite. But I like lots of guys, but Magnus Samuelsson is the top of the list.
Yeah, he's definitely one of my favorite people. It's almost like a relief when you meet someone and they're really, really nice. You think, oh, thank God. Like, I couldn't cope if you were an arsehole. I cry myself to sleep at night. What are we seeing here is Zadrunas' head is enormous in real life. I feel like there's a greater context to this, and we're totally out of the loop.
Zadrunas does have a big head, but so do most strongmen. They've got these like giant pumpkin heads or TV heads. And,
pumpkin heads.
Yeah, there's not really many small heads around in the strongman world. It's always funny when there is one though. It's like a little pinhead on like some big traps and stuff. It doesn't look right.
I've never seen that. Thank God.
Because most of them have big heads.
Yeah, massive heads. Anyway, in the description of this video, I lured people in by saying that we were going to discuss the week in strongman. So we should probably discuss.
Let's do it.
At least some parts. Oh, hold on, quickly. Let's do this super chat quickly because otherwise it'll be gone. So, hello, no, hello, Uncle Liz, Uncle Liz, and Auntie Liz. Curious what you think of Tyler Cotton and how he might fare in Giants Live next year. Lots of love, nephew Noel.
I'm looking forward to seeing Tyler compete. Great to see him at OSG. Really good athlete.
Yeah.
You know, he's got some events I think he can do very well at. Still a few things I think at that level he needs to kind of bring his game up. But what's the best way to bring that game up is to go in against them and really test yourself. Perfect
experience. But honestly, I think if you can cope with OSG, you'll also cope well in a Giants Live. And we've seen that from guys that come through in the past.
Absolutely.
It's quite a high pressure and almost a stressful environment for the athletes. Not, you know, the organizers do an amazing job, but with that many people, it's a lot of pressure, isn't it? And, you know, you only get one chance. And
yeah, I think Tyler's going to do well. I think, you know, he's been around for a while. He's been competing and improving, and he's ready for this step up now. I think sometimes people get that chance to step up a bit too soon, and it can knock their confidence. I think Tyler's ready. I think he's going to do very well.
Anything else you want to...
I'll just address this
because...
Uncle Oz, do you sell any push-pull leg workout routines? I do. Over on my website, our website.
Hold on, I've got a banner for that.
Oh, she's got a banner.
I think so. Oh, do you know what? It's just a merch overlay. But
yeah,
it's
Laurence Shahlaei.co.uk. I sell training plans over there. I also do personal training. It's a little bit more, well, it's a lot more expensive, but you get access to me pretty much 24/7. If you're interested in that, you can always message us. But yeah, if you're just interested in a decent program,
the mugs are coming on Wednesday, and
they'll be excited about these mugs.
Yeah, I know, because we're on it. Look, we're on the mugs.
we're a bunch of mugs, a pair of mugs.
We are a pair of mugs, and they'll be in our Black Friday sale.
How do I get the comments back and get rid of your overlay?
All right, come on now.
There we go.
There we go. Are you okay?
Right, we wanted to talk about this week in Strongman.
Yes. So Strongman Champions League. Why don't you give us a brief overview of what happened there?
That's putting me on the spot, isn't it, Elizabeth?
Who won?
Ivers won the overall.
Did he?
Kramer won, didn't he? Jits Kramer.
No.
Oh, I don't watch the Champions League, and you know that unless my athletes are in it.
Wasn't it that De Ruyter guy?
I knew it was someone from the Netherlands. It was. I know what happened in Sweden, Strongest Man. I paid attention to that.
Yeah, go on then. Quick recovery.
No. Let's start with the Champions League, if that's what you want to start with, because you must know who won. If you're putting me on the spot.
I hoped you did, Lozzie.
I told you I don't watch the Champions League unless any of my athletes are in it.
I was in Florida with you.
There we go. Kelvin De Ruyter won. You were right.
Thank you.
Congratulations to Kelvin.
There we go. Kelvin won.
The one thing I do know about actually Travis is in hospital since competing in the Travis Ortmeyer has ended up in hospital with a real issue with his leg, very
Mm.
serious. Spoke to
He's
him.
got an infection, hasn't
yes, and he's kind of been worried he might lose his leg. It's been that
he?
serious.
Seriously?
Spoke to him today, and it's improving. But yeah,
Good.
really kind of scary things for Travis. Hopefully, he's on the mend now and okay.
Jesus Christ, that's crazy. On a slightly more positive note, obviously Kelvin has won the Strongman Champions League, and now we can't say for certain, but last year, as part of the qualification for the WUS roster, the overall winner of the Strongman Champions League, that was one of the qualifying spots.
So
that's
yes.
how Ivers ended up. So hopefully that means we're going to see Kelvin in the WUS shows next year, which would be really great.
But was it the overall winner that won, or just the individual winner?
Oh, it was the overall winner. Is Kelvin not the overall winner?
I don't know. I'm going to presume.
Guys, let us know if Kelvin is the overall winner. We're clearly not up to scratch when it comes to Strongman Champions League.
I follow every other promotion.
Deary me. Right, let's deal with these super chats and then we'll go on to Sweden's. Thomas, thank you so much, Thomas. Not a question, but an invitation. The 29th and the 30th of January, we have here in Brazil the biggest strongman competition in South America called SCL Cup. At least 10 countries and 80 athletes. Anyone is welcome.
Wow.
Oh, that's
cool.
Countries and 80
well, we would
athletes.
love to come to Brazil. I'm not sure we're going to be able to come in January, but it's a place that I've wanted to go to.
This comment's quite big as well. So we're like,
you can. It's all right. They can see our heads. In proper Liz and Loz banter today between us. But yeah, Brazil, the amazing place.
Yeah,
to go to.
you've said that's one of the places you've always wanted to go to.
Absolutely love to go there.
But there you go, everyone. You know to hit up Thomas Sebastian with your questions about the competition in Brazil.
Thomas, if you send us a bit more information about it, we'll try and maybe put a post up on Instagram, or if you've got some bigger athletes competing, let us know. We will try and help you promote it the best we can.
There we go. And we also have here Forza USB. I went mental when Max hit the 7th rep and then gave a nod to Eddie's nod when he did the 435. Amazing progress from him since Santa Monica. Yeah, let's talk a bit about Maxime.
We should. Well, we'll talk about Maxime. We'll talk about Sweden's strongest man first.
Oh, all right then, and then we'll get on to Maxime. We will address your comment.
So, Sweden's strongest man for 2021 is Marcus Yevgenisson, which is a former client of mine, which I'm so pleased to see him win. I guess it was a little bittersweet because there was a few injuries and stuff, but it's good to see new, fresh faces coming through that other people wouldn't have heard of doing well, and hopefully we'll see people like this get invited to the Magnus Classic and some other shows. I still don't think Marcus is going to get an invite to like a Giants Live from this performance. I looked through the results and stuff, and I just think maybe he'd struggle at Giants Live. There's nothing to take away from his performance. He did really well, but different countries' levels are slightly different.
Isn't it? Yeah.
But I think he definitely deserves some kind of invites, and I'd certainly recommend that he tries to get to somewhere like OSG.
Yeah,
because that's the test yourself against all the other guys that are sort of just below that international level.
WUS do any more qualifiers as well? That would be
absolutely anything like that. You guys that are sort of on the cusp of breaking through, any opportunity where you can get to the top level, absolutely take it.
There we go. Oh, see, awesome graphics, Liz. Never seen such professionalism.
We'll probably like cut me out of it, then we'll see some professionalism.
Probably take me out and it'll be more professional. Right, here we go. Hi guys, loved your coverage of the official Strongman Games, especially the women's strongman. Did it seem like the weights were too light for them, or were the athletes just in top form?
The weights definitely weren't too light.
If anything, they might have been too heavy.
If you look at just the log lift, for instance, the weights were really heavy. The car walk, for instance, that was really heavy. I think when you look at the whole list of athletes that were there, a lot of people struggled. It's just the cream of the crop rise and managed to perform. A lot of these, the ladies that performed were brilliant. We enjoyed watching them, and it's been amazing. But half of them are now challenging me to different battles. I've got Rebecca Roberts wants to challenge me to some grip stuff.
Yeah.
Chloe Brennan wants to challenge me to a car walk.
Using the same weight, or
she's going to be brave. She's awesome.
Yeah.
But I'm not totally dead yet. But it would be fun to get the ladies on and do some head-to-head battles. I like the grip idea against Rebecca. She's confident she can beat me on a few things.
On it, like she's a strong woman, but I'd be amazed. Like, I'm genuinely impressed to see a woman beat you on any sort of grip event, to be honest.
Even now,
I've hardly seen
I'd be
any
amazed if
men
any female could beat me on any strongman event at like a heavier
at
weight.
anything.
If it's
yeah.
a lighter weight and it's
Yeah.
really light and it's just about fitness and speed, then probably they could.
I've not seen many men beat you on grip things
No.
like in person, so
It'll be fun.
yeah, it would be fun.
Who do you guys think would win, Becca or me? Please say me.
No, Christ, please say me. Oh, Loz is logging off. You're going to go and cry. Oh, look, someone said here, Simon, here we go. Thanks, Simon. So happy for you and Terry getting the commentary for Future Giants Live. How's it going to work with Neil and Kaz? We don't know.
No, Neil and Kaz are the presenters.
Okay.
So Neil and Kaz do the live presenting at the show. Darren, not Darren, Terry and myself do more of the behind the scenes stuff. So stuff that will be on the live stream, things like that, interviews behind, maybe links for TV shows and stuff. But yeah, we're not going to be replacing Kaz and Neil.
There you go.
They will still be fronting the show.
There we are. Right.
Oops, what's this about? I saw something. Becca holds world records in grip, Sam Taylor. So do I, Sam. So do I.
Hi, Sam.
Yeah. Grip is something I like, and I've had world records in pinch grip and various other types of grip work, farmers holds, things like that. I'm not terrible at grip.
You're quietly confident, are you, Lozzie? Oh, are you nervous?
Not really, no.
Oh, Becca, make him nervous. There we go.
Just competitive.
It's fiercely competitive, and he's not going to be nice because it's a
woman. This is why I have to retire, because when I'm competing, I change.
I know.
I go from being nice and lovely to
being a right dick.
I'm like, all right, that's it. I'm going to win.
Victor is dying to know how he gets a beard such as yours.
Just be a bit. Oh, look at it. It's lazy and terrible at the moment. I've done nothing with it. I need to sort it out.
You do need to do something, don't you?
Look at all this.
Actually,
gray.
I trimmed it for you before you went to
OSG.
Oh no, before you went to Texas, because you look like a proper. Oh, was it
OSG?
Oh yeah, and I thought I did a great job. So you need me, but you don't use anything on it, do you? No special lotions and potions.
I sometimes put some kind of oils in there on a special occasion, but not like on a daily or anything like that. I do brush it occasionally.
Occasionally for special occasions.
I wash it.
Heidi, thank you, Heidi. I am down for a thumb war with Liz. Yes. Yes. Can you take on the mighty thumb?
That's ridiculous, Liz. Stop cheating.
You know the difference, though? You can't straighten your thumb.
No, I know.
And yeah, it's just pathetic. Like you can't reach. And you know what? I've said all these things. Oh, you have to be really strict and you're not allowed. But it's not me. It's them. They all throw me around trying to dominate me. And they just can't because my thumb will prevail.
Here we go. Look at this one.
Let's have a look. Dan Pierce, my missus wants to meet Auntie Liz at Europe's for a picky. Will she be at the athletes meet and greet VIP? Yeah, I will. I always come to the one beforehand. That's for the VVIP, and then the one afterwards. I'm usually somewhere lingering behind Loz.
So you have to get your table now.
No, I don't want a table. God, how embarrassing! If you just look around Loz, I'm usually sat in a chair on my phone. But yes, she's more than welcome to come over and say hello, and I will do pictures. Will you do any masters competitions, Loz? Thank you, SJCSR.
At the moment, I've got no thoughts of doing any. Like people keep saying, because I'm at events all the time. Oh, do you miss it? Do you want to be competing? And I want things to train for. So individual events. So I want to go back to Scotland and do the Dinny Stones. Looking forward to doing the powerlifting. I really wanted to do some arm wrestling, but I've torn both my biceps, and my arm wrestling, although I've got a strong wrist, I sort of just feel like I've got that weak link to be really good. I can sort of get to an okay level, and I'm just doing it just for fun, but I'm probably not going to compete in it. But I'll always find challenges, and if my body ever felt really good, then maybe, but there's certainly no thought about doing any strongman and any full strongman competitions. Maybe some grip events, maybe some individual challenges that I might set myself. But I'm way too, you can see even like the girls challenging me to grip, I suddenly change and I become this competitive monster.
What the hell?
And I need to chill from that.
It would be nice to be able to.
I just want to enjoy my training and not have that kind of pressure, because I go from, right, I'm enjoying training, it's fun, and then it's like, right, it's serious now. And my eyes change and I'm just like, a machine.
Except when it comes to thumb wars.
Well, thumb wars. Who cares about thumb wars?
A lot of people have started to care about thumb wars. Thank you, Lars. There we go. Mad Santa wants to know if you've done the rice bucket challenge. Rice bucket training.
Yes, I've used I've used sand or rice where you can just squeeze in your hands in the bucket. It's good.
Okay.
Get a good pump in the forearm.
There you go. Thanks, Mad Santa. Farmer Dave, thank you for the super chat. What do you think of the idea that in comps, the winner goes first in the next round? Ooh, that way everyone tries their best instead of just doing enough. Oh, I don't like that.
No, I don't like it either. Because
that almost penalizes you for doing
also,
well.
It does, because if you think about in a competition, if you've just won an event and say you were last on that event and you won it, and then suddenly you had to go first on the next event, you also get the least amount of rest doing that between events.
It kind of keeps it, assuming most people are consistent in how they perform, it keeps it quite fair in terms of spacing. I think
some competitions I see rotate people. So you'll be given an allocated number. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 1 goes first on event 1, but he'll then go last on event 2.
Yeah.
And second place would go first. And then on third event, third place would go first. That's a fairer way, I guess, of doing it.
Oh, look, I've still got that banner thing up. Hold on. I don't mean to ram things down your throats, people. Do you know what, though? One corporation that does mess with this system, with the standard system, is bloody World's Strongest Man.
They've got better.
They have got better, and they've sort of followed
in the final. They just do
rule more now. But what they used to do was they'd put you out in any order they want, so they know who's good. And it was quite calculated, the order that they brought you out in, but it certainly wasn't based off of like the.
There's one year they made me go early on the car walk because I was running away with the competition and they wanted to make it harder for me.
Yeah,
I've seen them do that to a few people before. But then they'll do it in a different order on TV.
They put so it looks totally different. They even sometimes put the events in different order on TV, don't they? Yeah. There you go. Someone said you literally just set the world record with stones up in Scotland. So definitely not a has-been. Definitely no issues with your grip.
No, my grip's pretty good.
There we go. Yay, Sam Taylor. Sam Taylor is on the chat. Sam Taylor did a post on her story saying that they are arranging their bedtime around us. My response to that was kinky. But then I apologized and said I clearly spend too much time with you.
Hey, I'm a good influence on you. You're the bad influence.
Jan Todd lifted the Dinny Stones 40 years ago. She did
How
indeed.
Amazing is that?
The first woman ever to do it. What a woman. Here we go. Sam, thank you so much, Sam. Hi. Said a quick hi yesterday at the Aaron Page Classic and was curious if you remember us having a little chat at the Arnold's just off the stage. For reference, I'm the short, bold, white
I remember.
guy. Cheers.
I remember, and it was good to see you at the Aaron Page Classic. Yes, yesterday I was at the Aaron Page Classic, which yesterday was a year since the death of Aaron. It was an amazing turnout, lots of his family and friends there. It was a really fun show. Loads of people had fun. I was refereeing it, and it was just nice to see so many people that love Strongman and that were inspired by Aaron turn up and be there for him. It was a really cool event. His
son was there, and his mum, and
his son, his mum, his sisters, lots of people that
nice.
And lots of friends that he's kind of inspired, or it's a difficult one. People see him differently because there's people there that looked up to him. To me, he was like a little brother, someone that kind of he looked up to me at one stage, and we trained together, and we traveled up to competitions together. So it was tough, but it was great as well to see people celebrating who he was, and not just always, you mourn someone, but it's nice to celebrate who they were as well. Definitely. And that was just a nice thing to see. Very
nice. Ian, thank you, Ian. Hey, Lars, why does it say on your Wikipedia that you competed representing Iran?
I have a father from Iran. So my father is Iranian. Mum is from England, Newcastle, if people are interested. And I did 2 contests in the Champions League early on. Basically, they would only let one athlete from each country compete at the time. I wanted to represent England, always had, but they were like, we want you to represent Iran. So you can compete. And Terry Hollands was their English representative, so they made me represent Iran. That was literally it.
It meant you could both go.
Not ashamed of it. I'm proud of my Iranian heritage, so nothing like that. But it was just a chance for me to compete at an international show on my way up, I guess. And we've got so many good guys in England that if you kind of just stay at that 2 or 3 position, you won't get in those opportunities. So it allowed me to compete in the Champions League. But that's the reason. Every other competition I've done, I've always represented the UK, and yeah, I think that's the reason.
You see. Well done, dear. Okay. Oh, it's interesting. What are your thoughts on the tacky towels used in Rogue compared to usual tacky?
The tacky towel doesn't help as much as usual tacky. I've never actually used one, so I'd kind of be lying, or just be kind of making it up if I said I knew how good they were. But definitely it's not as useful as actual tacky, and it doesn't leave like that stickiness on the stones.
And that was the whole idea, wasn't it?
So I guess that's the main reason, just to help them a little bit rather than plastering the stone in tacky. There was at the Aaron Page Classic yesterday, they were really nice stones. The tacky sticks really well to these stones. And after it was 22 athletes competing, so it was quite a lot of athletes.
By the end,
it was leathered in tacky, but it was almost sticking it to the ground.
Oh no, I've seen that before.
Ellis Vine was trying to lift the 160 up, and the floor was coming up with him trying to lift it, so it was making it even heavier. So sometimes people want to keep their stones cleaner, and it's just, I think that's the main reason they do it at the Arnold's.
Thank you, Ben. Liz, Loz, and Larry Wheels on powerlifting.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Barry
Wheels. It's like a knockoff version.
Larry Wheels is very much focused on arm wrestling right now. I just watched one of his videos earlier. It looks like he's really leveling up in the arm wrestling world. He's got a big arm wrestling event coming up in December. We'll probably do a video or two on that.
Yeah, definitely.
But, yeah, I'd love to collab with Larry again. We did the grip stuff. I'd love to go over there and do some training sessions, especially as I train for a powerlifting competition, get my strength back up. It'll be fun to do maybe a deadlift session or a bench session with him, although he's too good at benching for me. We'll stick with deadlift.
Thank you, Sarah, very much for the sticker. And then thank you. Do you reckon that's Eli? Yeah, Eli. Thoughts on the Masters next year? Oh, Ellie. Eli. Ellie. Oh, it could be either. Potentially Brian, JF, Big C, Jerry, Dimitar, Ken, Felix, Nick Best, top masters of all time for the depth of field.
I think we're going to see that every year for the next few years. I think every year the standard's going to go up, particularly if guys like Brian. I don't think Brian will do it.
Brian will do it. I don't think JF will do it either.
No, I spoke to JF and he said while he's still competing at World's Strongest Man and, you know, the major internationals, he's not really interested in doing the Masters.
Yeah.
Mark Felix has said he's going to move up to the 50 plus.
And I don't blame him. I think he's earned that right and time to shine. And it might mean he gets a rep on the log.
Yeah. But I do think,
and I say that with love.
I do think we're going to see the Masters just improve every year.
It will.
You know, when the Masters first started, I sort of didn't like it. I was like, why would the top guys go and do that? And I think the Masters is a great opportunity for people that start later in strongman. Because at that time, I was like, if you're a world's strongest man competitor, it's almost like a step backwards. But, you know, now you see the standard improving in it. It's kind of got a bit more.
It's really competitive.
Yeah. I mean, this year was really competitive. So I think it definitely has more weight behind it now. And it's a great opportunity for up and coming guys that are later into the sport to compete against some of the greats from the past, or I mean, even currently.
Yeah.
So yeah, 40 now is not like I guess 40 was 10 years ago.
No, it's not.
Athletes are able to keep going longer, and you know, there's still some really competitive guys around that early 40 mark. And then when you've got Nick Best and Felix in their 50s, and maybe one or two others, it's amazing. And I think it's important having just something to focus on.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. It's nice, like,
Can Big Z get the log lift record back? Now that's a question. Big Z thinks he can get the log lift record back, which is the most important thing. Personally, I don't, but I'd love to be proven wrong.
Yeah.
That's kind of, you know, I think at, what's he now, 46, he got beat on the log by Dimitar in OSG.
Yeah.
He still looks really good on the log.
Yeah.
But when you think about when he was breaking the record all the time, he just never got beat on the log.
No.
And now he's just looks a little bit more vulnerable. You know, he's hitting 190s, 200 kilos. 200 kilos is still a long way away from, you know, the big monster numbers that he's going to have to hit to break his world record. I think
your heart says no, but your head says never count out Zadrunas.
No.
Oh.
My head says no. My heart says never count out Zadrunas.
Ah. It's the other way around. Okay. There we go. Simon. Thank you, Simon. Most underrated strongman. I say Kevin Ferris. Kevin's definitely
Is he underrated? I rate him.
Yeah, I think a lot of fans don't talk about him that much yet, but I
think that the one issue when you're someone good like Kevin doesn't have that many things that he's the best at.
He's pretty good at farmers and frame and stuff.
He's pretty good at farmers and frame, but
yeah.
he's not like dominant. It's not like an event where you put him in and he wins it every single time.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes you need an event like that if you're not winning shows.
Neither do people like Evan or
but Evan wins shows. That's the difference. What's Kevin won?
Yeah.
That's the difference. Kevin is a great athlete, and I think because of the pound for pound thing, we sort of, and it is impressive what he does. He's very
impressive,
and he's a great strongman. But until he starts winning things, it's hard to sort of put him in that level of he's as good as the guys that win all these events.
Yeah,
but definitely he's an amazing strongman and someone that deserves to be invited to a lot of these big shows.
I think is it Yevgeny Markov as well, who won the Amateur Arnold's last year and the WUS qualifier this year.
Yeah,
underrated.
Well, he's just not known.
No,
I think there's a difference between being underrated and not known.
All right, hold on, let me rethink. Trey Mitchell.
Yes, Trey is underrated. Trey is one of the best guys in the world right now.
Yeah,
I think legitimately he's one of the best guys and gets overlooked quite a bit for other people.
There we go.
Good call with Trey.
Thank you. Did I redeem myself?
Yeah.
There we go. I hope we see more shows like the MVM Classic. Love the old school feel in different venues. We did too, Bronze Chopped. I thought it was brilliant. I thought it was a real throwback to the strongman of yesteryear.
It was cool. I did enjoy it. I watched it. I think it can get better.
I think the production, especially, sort of how slick it could look on screen and everything. But
it was fun. It just looked like fun. Spoken to a few of the athletes that seemed to enjoy it. Controversy with a few decisions in terms of refereeing.
Yeah.
I spoke to Sigfus earlier.
Oh, yeah.
I trained Sigfus, who competed, came 7th, I think, in the show, won the Husafell.
Yeah.
And he was telling me, because he must have seen the video about the Maxime's farmer's walk.
Oh, yeah. What did he say?
And he said, the rules were that we had to make sure but the front end on both was going to go across the line. But that was only because they all thought that everyone was going to put them down.
That's what I said. If you're putting them down, that's one thing.
Yeah.
Obviously, you need to make sure. But if both your feet go over, sorry, I'm ranting again.
No, it's okay.
If both your feet go over, it's very bloody safe to assume that something in front of you is also going over. It almost makes me angry.
Well, the thing with these farmers, they were really, really difficult.
Yeah.
They were like a hexagon type shape.
Yeah.
Really wide. So they just bash your legs all the time. And literally, the majority of the guys could not even get one length with them.
No.
They were that hard. And Maxime has picked them up, walked all the way.
Not even needed to put them down.
Didn't need to put them down. Kind of turned, put his foot across the line, turned, walked all the way back.
Both feet went across the line. You can see.
And the referee, normally in that situation, the referee says, go back or do something. He didn't say anything till he crossed the finishing line. And then he picked them up and tried to go back.
I know.
Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw. He was going back.
So for me, it felt like a bit of a harsh call from the referee. I think the referee should have said straight away, should have been shouting at him, you've got to cross the line fully.
Yeah. Imagine. So it only actually dropped in 1 point in the end. But imagine if it was 1 point, if he lost by 1 point overall, then I think it would have been a bit of a travesty. But as it happens, like it.
But other than that, it was a fun.
We don't want to go on about it.
I think it was cool. There was some really cool kit. The logs looked really good. The yoke looked really cool.
Yeah.
The backdrop in a lot of the settings looked really cool. So there was lots of good things. And Magnus singing, how good was that?
Oh, that was the best part of the weekend, if you ask me. Someone keeps repeating the word slingshot, slingshot. Are they talking about the slingshot in Florida or slingshot the brand of?
Yeah, would you do the slingshot again, Liz?
Yeah, I totally would. Yeah, like I'm over it now. I'm not scared anymore. So I'm really hoping Loz can be small enough to go on it with me one day.
I wasn't far away. It was just like, but if they clamped that in, I probably wouldn't have been able to.
It would have been awful for you if you'd managed to get it in, I think. So yeah, you've got a little bit of slimming down to do. The Tenerife Viking Strongman. Hello from Tenerife. I met you guys at Europe's. I remember you. If I was to one day host a strongman competition in Tenerife, would you come and referee it?
Absolutely. Message us and we can sort things out. But we'd love to come to Tenerife.
Yeah.
We love going everywhere.
Yeah.
I genuinely love traveling. It's one of the reasons I've loved Strongman so much. It's taken me all over the world. And there's still plenty of places I'd like to go to.
Yeah,
so,
definitely.
yes, we would definitely love to come to Tenerife.
I remember Tenerife Strongman. Okay. Are you going to click? Yeah, there you go. What do you think about an open championship with athletes from everywhere, like South America? That should totally already be happening.
Yeah, we've already said many times we want to see people from all over the world competing. That was one of the great things about OSG.
Yeah.
I think 23 or 22 countries represented, a few countries that you're not used to seeing in strongman shows. And I think that, again, helps the popularity grow if we're seeing more athletes come from different regions. So we are all about seeing more people in the sport.
There we go. You scroll too quickly. My eyes almost... And then you scroll in both directions.
That's because you said you scroll too quickly, so I went back up.
Oh, Novikov's still underrated by many. I agree, Bronchops. Yeah, he is. A lot of people still discount him or say that he was lucky to win World's Strongest Man.
There's no luck involved winning Worlds.
He has by far been the most consistent athlete this year, and you're not consistent by luck, are you? Chloe Brennan is a smoke show. She is indeed, but can she smoke Lars on the car walk? Almost definitely not. Well, it depends.
She can fit in a slingshot better than me, though.
Yes, she can do that. I think if it was like a pound for pound thing, that would be interesting to see, because obviously...
There's no pound for pound in the jungle.
No, there's not. And it is still, no. Liz is even more lovely in person. Thank you.
She's not. She's horrible.
No, I'm not. This person has actually met me at OSG, and they know for a fact.
You're quite nice.
I'm quite nice. Hi, Liz and Lars. I love my signed photo. Any plans of new merch coming soon? Yes, Jordan. You may have seen me posing with this mug. We have a tea time with Lars and Liz.
Do you want to do? How do I do your banners? Do I go to banner?
Wednesday. It's not on the website yet. It's coming out on Wednesday. But if you, hold fire until then, because we're going to have a week-long Black Friday sale that coincides with the launch, so you can get it at a nice cheap price, and it will make the perfect stocking filler for yourself or for someone else in your life who might know who we are. Will be into Strongman. Bronchopped. Thank you, Bronchopped. Canadian grip. Maxime hung on to that Husafel when it was falling for so long. Guy looks deadly coming into 2022.
I think he's had a good finish to the year. It's interesting because we are doing a video. We'll probably record it tomorrow.
Yeah.
About who's our best athletes for 2020. 21. Yeah. It's been a long year.
Our top 10 athletes of 2021.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Maxime did great at Worlds, and then he was pretty quiet.
Yes.
And then he's finished strong.
Yeah. So I think he's gone back into the top 10 now.
We'll have to wait and see.
We need to write some things down, do some calculations. But Maxime, that was the one takeaway from me from this weekend. He's really brought up his weaknesses and sort of made himself a more well-rounded athlete now. Where I expected him to struggle, I mean, the deadlift he won. And then the yoke he did really well at as well. Those have been two glaring weaknesses.
The only thing I will say...
I know it's a different level.
Yeah. It's just a different level. The yoke was only 360 kilos.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit lighter than you get in bigger shows.
Add another 60 kilos on. And,
or 100 kilos on. And even more in some competitions.
Yeah.
Will that slow him down? And then deadlifting... The lineup wasn't the best group of deadlifters.
No.
That's not taking anything away from the guys. But when you look at a lot of these big shows now, you've got a list of 10 guys that can all deadlift over 410 kilos. But yeah, he's definitely improved it. There's no question about that. His deadlift's got better, and he's got some incredible events as it is. So definitely a danger man for 2022.
Oh. Do you think any human body can deadlift 600 kilos? Like ever?
Look, 500 was done. Someone will do 505. I'd never say never.
No.
Like, if we were talking without straps and without suits and, just totally raw, I'd say no. No one's ever going to do that. But I think equipment evolves. training styles evolve. You know, you watch Eddie and Thor's 500 kilo deadlifts. Neither of them will get close to 500 kilos in a powerlifting comp.
No,
so even now,
no, of course not.
So they're different types of deadlifts. You know, they've got the straps that allow them to kind of drop the bar down into their fingertips a bit more. The super suits help a lot. So who knows? Who knows how much super suits will help? I think we'll keep seeing things evolve, but you can never take away from what people have done. So for me, people like Benedict Magnusson, still the biggest raw deadlift in the world.
Yeah.
Someone like Andy Bolton, who was the first person to do 1,000 pounds. Someone like Eddie, the first person to do 500 kilos. These are always big milestones that you've just got to respect. And if people go and beat them, you still got to say that was amazing at the time. You know, they evolve and set the marker for everyone else to chase.
Yeah. Look, someone said here, Liz and Loz sounds better than Loz and Liz. Hello from Malta. It's true. And in real life, everything
have I ever said it's not?
No, I'm not saying that you have. But I'm just saying, in real life, it's always Liz and Loz, isn't it? Every greeting card, Liz and Loz. This and that, Liz and Loz.
That's because you wrote them all.
I know. But with the YouTube channel, I try and be the secondary character.
You don't have to be secondary. You are as much a part of this as me.
Loz and Liz. Although
probably more.
Only in as much as the channel wouldn't exist if I wasn't uploading videos to it. Oh dear. Yeah. Where is Talking Strongman with Darren? That's a great question. Click on that one. It's under your mouse. Down now. Spoken? What's that say? Yeah, that one. There we go. so we
just didn't have time at OSG. So we are in the process of arranging a time to go up and speak to him.
Yeah.
He's still totally up for it. There's nothing that's going to happen to stop it happening other than OSG was long days.
Such
long days.
And into the evening, and then it was everyone was shattered, absolutely ruined after each day.
Hopefully in the next couple of weeks we'll get a chance to go up and see Darren, and we'll make that happen. But it is definitely coming, just couldn't make it happen while we were out at OSG.
And we've got all of the questions that people have asked as well, so it's going to be 2 videos. It will be a Talking Strongman with Darren, that's very much about Darren, Giants Live and all of that good stuff, but then a separate, like a Q&A for the 2022 season. Kathleen, were you surprised at how well Martins did on stones in Rogue? So I've got to let the cat in.
No, I wasn't, to be honest. Martins is a great lifter and someone that when he competes, you expect him to be in shape. He's not the kind of guy that just turns up. Some athletes will just turn up and see how they're feeling. Martins, when he says he's doing a show, he's coming in shape. He prepares really well, and he's always been a great stone lifter. I wasn't surprised that he did well at them, but it was good to see him back competing in top shape. You know, I guess the only surprise or kind of question was, is he the Martins of before coming back from injury? And he certainly ticked that box. He was brilliant. So it was good to see, and I'm looking forward to seeing him back next year, battling the guys. I think if it looks like the Arnold's is going to happen March time.
Yeah.
I think now that the guys are having some time off and they'll all be fresh and it's like the first big show of the year.
That would be more telling, I think, seeing them all fresh.
The real question for me is, what does Tom do? Because Tom has Britain's again towards just a week or two before.
February, 26th of February, I believe.
So that's going to be the real question. Will Tom focus on winning the Britain's again, or will he just focus on the Arnold's?
I personally focus on the Arnold's.
Would you? He's not won the Arnold's. He's won the Britain's now.
Exactly.
He's won Worlds. If he won the Arnold's, starts to put himself as one of
I'd look at the events first, actually. If you look at the events and think,
I know Lissis really wants to win the Arnold's more so than Worlds now, because he's already won Worlds, and some of the guys do look at it like that. They want to win everything.
Yeah.
So that could be an interesting one, but I think there's going to be some great battles, not just between those two. There's a lot of great guys right now.
Some quick fire rounds. Do you prefer Tesco or Asda, Lozzie? I prefer Tesco.
Well, considering you used to work for them, we should probably say Tesco.
We've got no loyalty to them at all, but I genuinely prefer Tesco because Asda, the store's huge, but the range is crap. I can't cope in them, Asda.
There you go.
Nothing's where I expect it to be.
90% of the time, Liz does the shopping, so I'll just go with whatever you say.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you should.
Big question from Victor. Will 505 kilos be deadlifted in 2022? All the twos. That's where it was coming from.
Yeah.
I'm going to say yes. It's going to come. It's going to happen. We saw 7,000 pound pulls in one competition. Yeah. People like Bish have said they are just solely focused on it.
Still surprises me, but yeah.
I think we're going to see it.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah. And I think I saw in the comments someone like, when the money's offered, I think the money's going to be offered as well. I think we're going to see
I've heard rumors.
Yeah.
So can't say anything yet, but I think there's going to be some big money offered for some big lifts in 2022, which is going to motivate people. Liz's psychic at this point. It's true.
Against trouble.
You know who the macho man is?
Oh yeah.
What? Elizabeth.
Oh God.
Elizabeth.
He actually does this to me all
Elizabeth.
the time. And then what do I have to say? Yes. Is that right?
Yeah, I was just recreating the macho man proposing to Miss Elizabeth. You need to be an older fan to know what I'm on about now, or a big wrestling fan. Do you have a favorite football team, Elizabeth?
No, I don't watch any football.
I'm not a big football fan anymore. I used to be a big Newcastle fan, mainly because half of my family are from Newcastle. My granddad used to play for them. But if I'm totally honest, I have no interest in football these days. No. But as a kid, I used to like playing, and I used to go and support Newcastle United.
There you go. When will we see Grizzly on Talking Strongman? I don't think Grizzly speaks well enough English, does he?
He doesn't speak any English.
He speaks a little.
No, he doesn't. Oh. Just a few little phrases.
Google Translate.
Yeah. Liz, you're gonna lead a Talking Strongman?
I don't think I'd be good enough at it, honestly. Like when I was at OSG and I had to interview people behind the scenes, I found it really difficult. But I think I'm sort of hyper aware of the fact that what point of the day it is, whether or not they've got to go again soon, what they're likely to want to be doing next. They need to recover. They want to sit down. So I was trying to keep it really brief, but I don't know. I don't know that I'd do it justice. And yeah, I think I'd be a bit shy.
What about this? What about this?
Both your predictions for who to win next year's World's Strongest Man. Impossible. Impossible to say without knowing the events, I think. But I think, providing there's no Hercules holding it, Tom's going to make it difficult for other people to win. I think if Martins is in the shape that he was in when he won in 2019, he'd be difficult to beat. I think Novikov is going to be coming back with a vengeance. And I think you can never count out Brighton. He came second this year. Trey, it's honestly, without the list of events, who knows? And also without seeing the groups, because you can guarantee we're going to have some of the top guys, at least one of the guys I've just listed, not even make it to the finals because of the way the groups will be structured. So, which just makes me want to cry. I would love to see an OSG format for World's Strongest Man. 30 people.
Then it goes down to like 10,
top 10 after
final few events.
Yes, but I'd like to see more events, so maybe 6 events and then the top 10 after that, and then do 2 final or 3 final events. I think that would be so much better.
I like it.
Inez looks like she'll be a force to be reckoned with on the women's circuit. Neatest sandbag toss I've ever seen. I agree, Simon.
Yeah, Simon, Inez was awesome, a real revelation. Great to meet her. Great athlete. Your cat has arrived.
Yes, she has. She has arrived.
But yeah, really good to see new, big stars coming out of OSG.
Only a year into Strongwoman as well. Alex, when are we finally getting Talking Strongman with Laurence Shahlaei New Year's present to the views? Yeah, I will order my new beard, I promise. I've been so busy and so distracted and so upset by that last beard that turned out, because that was just absolutely shocking, wasn't it? I will find a quality beard wig online, and I promise we will bring it to you very soon. It's sort of the off season now, so there's lots of we've got lots of videos planned, haven't we? Lots of fun top 10s and head-to-heads and the sort of more archives and history stuff that we know a lot of you guys like. So it's a good chance for us to squeeze in things like
definitely
Talking Strongman with big loss as well.
The Snowball would like to know if Tom will do Europe's, as Worlds maybe less than a month from Europe's. Good question. I think Tom wants to win Europe's.
Yeah, I think he'll do Europe's.
I think he will.
Yeah.
But I think his focus in terms of training maybe Worlds.
Yeah.
But I'm sure they'll probably try and make the event similar.
That's interesting.
If it's that close, but we'll see.
Well, I think Worlds is due to be at the end of May, whereas Europe's is at the beginning of April. So it's closer to 2 months than one. So I think he'll definitely do Europe's.
Okay.
Magnus sounded like Pavarotti.
That was from Australia.
Who?
He's from Australia.
Who?
The guy that just said that.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I thought we were talking about Magnus. I was like, no, he's not. Are you okay? If I could pick 5 events for a strongman competition. Sorry.
You click on it. Oh,
there we go. Leanne. If you could pick 5 events for strongman comp, what would you pick, Lars? Don't say backlift.
A yoke. If this is just for me,
yeah,
I'd pick a yoke or a car walk, a farmer's walk or a frame walk. I'd pick an axle for max or Viking press. I would pick a squat.
Yeah.
And I would pick a Hercules hold.
Okay. That's good variety.
Or a truck pull.
Oh,
I like truck pull.
Yeah. Okay. And Oliver just asked, did you see that your client, or old client, Marcus Eugenison, won this year?
I did. We mentioned it earlier in the video. Really pleased to see Marcus win. He must be over the moon. It's a brilliant title to have, and some great strongmen have won that before him.
So story.
Why are you looking at me funny?
Because I was just waiting for you to finish talking. I was trying to read any cues. His story is in the States is that Liz scared all of the gators out of Florida when she screamed while on the slingshot. I did wake up with a bit of a sore throat.
Did you?
Yeah.
I like the way you told Chloe to hold back on.
Get her hands back in.
Proper auntie mode.
Well, if she went flying, she'd be a dangerous projectile. She could have killed us all.
Yes. Bronchop, thank you for the super chat.
Due for talking strongman with Colon Bryce. Donna Trixie. Yes, we'll definitely get Colon on. Yeah, so you've got Darren within the next couple of weeks. Colon, we'll get him sometime.
Colon?
That's what
Is that what we're calling him?
Yeah.
Sorry, Colin.
Yeah, no, we'll get Colin on very soon as well. You usually have a chat with him sort of end of the year, and then
we'll try and get Don on as well. I think Don, they've got this big arm wrestling event coming on, and then probably in the new year they'll announce their strongman for 2022.
There we go. Thank you for the super chat, Matt. Hi, Lars. I have a novice comp at the end of February. How many weeks a month should I begin a training block?
Ideally, a good training block is kind of 12 to 16 weeks. That's kind of like ideal. You do them in 8 weeks, 6 weeks, 5 weeks, whatever it can be. But I like 12 to 16. Then you don't have to rush so much to get yourself in shape.
Yeah.
For myself, if I can give myself 12 to 16, that's ideal. Official strongman, what would it take to get you to the Royal Albert Hall in 2022? I'm a big fan of you both. Official strongman, it
would take, what was it, a Hercules hold?
Those events were even when I was in my prime, not even now. I'd still get beat now.
We will definitely come to the Hercules hold, to the Royal Albert Hall. But,
do you know what they should do? Official strongman, if you're going to do the classic, should do real classic with not just classic events, classic athletes.
Oh,
none of these top new guys.
Yes.
Get the old guys in.
Yes. All right. So
then I'll do it.
Kaz,
Terry,
Magnus Samuelson.
Yeah, someone like that would be brilliant.
Jeff Capes.
I'm liking this lineup. I feel me and Terry have got a very good chance. What about it, Terry? Are you up for it? One more battle, you and me against this lot.
This lot. Show some respect.
These old has-beens. Me and Terry are the best of a bad bunch of has-beens.
You're just the freshest.
You're
the latest has-been. Oh, dear. Imagine if the cat attacked Lars live. The cat would never attack Lars.
That cat won't attack me. It might hiss at me occasionally.
Yeah, but that's weak, isn't it?
She's a softie.
Yeah. Victor, will you ever collab with Brian Shaw? Also, Liz versus Kerry challenge would be fun.
I'd love to collab with Brian. We're hoping to go over the States for about a month next year, aren't we? And collab with a load of different people.
Yeah. Brian would definitely be on the list.
Yeah, we'll hopefully be able to do something with Brian. But you and Kerry doing some kind of fun challenge, I don't know what it would be. She'd destroy you in any fitness challenge.
For more.
Liz's go-to now is a thumb war.
I'll kick her ass. No, I don't know what I could beat her at. Eating, maybe. An eating challenge.
Someone wants to know what the weirdest food you ate in America was. America is definitely not the weirdest place for food. I've been to China, for crying out loud.
Yeah, I would say this some of the Southeast Asia, Malaysia, where you go into a Tesco and they've got like claws in a bag, or a buffet of bugs and claws. That's way weirder. Didn't eat anything weird in America, did we?
Oh, not really.
No.
We went into that car place. We sat in like the car.
It was a NASCAR cafe. Oh, honestly, it was the trashiest thing I've ever seen, but I absolutely loved it. I was so happy to be there.
Yeah.
And we saw a woman, didn't we? Not in that place.
We saw a woman. We saw a
Outside
few
the
women.
7-Eleven on the last day.
Gosh.
She was not really wearing anything, was she?
That was not good.
We saw some freaky things in Florida. I loved it. We don't see anything around here. We're like in Wiltshire countryside. It's really boring. Yeah, so this was just brilliant.
Byron, Loz, you didn't say a backlift. I didn't, buddy, because I just got to keep you guys on your toes. I can't always expect you to just go with the backlift.
Yeah, but I made a backlift emoji for them all to use.
You know, just because I'd like to see a backlift as a one-off lift doesn't mean I want it every single competition.
Everyone's sort of talking about colon. Bron Chop said it was autocorrect. It's an unfortunate one, isn't it? I'm not insuring that. Is this Colin? He's not going to insure the has-been classic.
I think it'd be all right with me and Terry.
I don't know.
Well,
I don't know. You two are pretty injury prone these days.
Yeah, that would be the real. Like
it would be the
it
fight
would be who
for
could
survival.
survive.
Yeah,
I mean, strongman's about survival anyway, but getting through that.
Yeah.
You don't have to be able to lift anything. You've just got to survive to the last event, zero on everything, and just move something 1 meter or something.
Yeah. Oh dear. Samurai Guy, thank you for the super chat. Any advice for people who stopped training during lockdown in Australia and are struggling to get back into it?
Just start steady, don't try and go back in lifting the numbers that you were lifting beforehand. Just get back into the gym, get training. The strength comes back quite quickly, which is a lovely thing if you've been training for a long time. But don't expect yourself to sort of be hitting the numbers that you were straight away. Just go in and just try and have it eat. Don't push yourself too hard. I think that's a mistake people do. They kind of get, I'm back in the gym. They go in, they absolutely kill themselves. The next day, the DOMS is terrible. They're in agony. And you just feel like, I don't want to go in the next day. Just start steady. Just a few sets of something, focus on movement, get yourself going back into that routine of getting to the gym. You'll find 4 weeks down the line, strength's coming back, you're feeling better, you start feeling more motivated. Just try and get yourself into that routine, I'd say. And then if things do improve and you've got like goals that you can set at competition, I need goals, basically. I'm not very good at just going to the gym for the sake of it.
No.
I need a target. So set yourself some kind of target for further down the line, and then it becomes easier to, just make yourself when you're not feeling so motivated. I'm certainly not someone that's always motivated to go to the gym. No. I just make it a routine and a part of my life. So I go, and 9 times out of 10, I love it when I do. It's just getting there can be the issue sometimes.
The hard work is definitely an issue I have. Sam Taylor. Sue wants to know what you think about an over 50s for women at OSG, because she's obviously scared of competing against me again.
And how can you blame her, Sam?
Sue and Sam are married.
I think if the interest is there, then they will start looking at it. Same with the over 50 men's.
It was a test, wasn't it? This year?
Yeah, I spoke to Lynn about this, and I think we're going to see more new classes as popularity improves. Yeah. Let's think, 5 years ago or 6 years ago, we didn't even have any of these things. No. Masters is very new. I remember when I started Strongman, going to events and seeing 2 people turn up to a strongwoman contest. Now we have hundreds, there's events every weekend. There's, filling out classes. So good to see that popularity and the increase in interest in the sport. And I think if we have more over 50s that are interested in doing it and are still competitive, then we will start to see an over 50 class for the ladies.
I think Magnus can still kick ass. He looks like he still could, doesn't he?
Magnus on his grip is, I think Magnus was actually disappointed he couldn't do the full weight on the Hercules hold. He wanted to do the full weight.
Oh, hold on. Who are we talking about? Magnus Samuelsson or Magnus
that's a good question. I think both.
I thought we were talking about Magnus Samuelsson.
Magnus Samuelsson's in shape.
Yeah, he looks like he would genuinely kick ass.
Yeah.
Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to
don't
hit the
want
mic.
to arm wrestle him.
No, God, no. The supporting cast, thank you very much. What is your dream place to have World's Strongest Man? Where would you like to
I'd
see me
love
go?
to see it in England. I'd love that.
Yeah.
Just because I think
Be
the fan base
convenient.
is the best right now in
Of
England.
course.
Where?
I'd love to see it in Japan
Why?
with the mountains and all the flowers in the back because I really want to go to Japan.
You just want to go to Japan?
I do.
Okay, fair enough.
And
But it would be quite cool if it was like, I don't know, an hour from us.
You could do it as Stonehenge. There we go.
Stonehenge,
That's less
there we
than
go.
half an hour from us.
Stonehenge would be cool.
Stonehenge would be really cool. There we go.
Yeah.
Colin, if you're still here, have a
Stonehenge.
word. Stonehenge, please.
Don't know how easy it is to sell tickets to that, but
Or Avery Stone Circle. We'll take either. We are not unreasonable people. Bron chopped. Thank you, Bron. Bryce, we need stone to shoulder, calf flip, and block pressing. Forget log a bit. Yes, we support this.
yeah, I think Colin loves car walk anyway. I know
There is no car walk. Calf flip.
yeah, that's what I mean. Car flip.
Right, okay.
He's a fan of that type of
Yeah.
Who isn't a fan of seeing big, strong men roll over cars? It's kind of the coolest thing.
Yeah.
Do you remember when? A funny story.
Go on.
I don't think I was it? This is a bad thing. I don't remember which of my partners I was with at the time. I think it was Liz.
All right, tell the story. Go on. It's fine.
And now to come think of it, I don't think it was you.
Okay. Right. So you were with another woman.
I was with another woman,
Yeah,
the mother of my child.
Okay. I might add.
She dragged me to what's that? How the furniture company that you love?
IKEA.
IKEA, yeah. Dragged me to IKEA, and I found a parking space. Really busy day, not easy to get parked. And I saw this space, and I indicate to go into it.
Mm-hmm.
And this car just quickly sort of reverses into the space. I was fuming because I was already upset that I was being dragged around IKEA.
Mm-hmm.
I drive my car right up to the car, and I get out like I'm about to flip this car. And I'm a very calm person that does not get upset with people, but they just I was just like, they've gone over the top here. They can see I'm indicating, I'm waiting calmly for people just to allow people to get out of the way. This guy reversed quickly into the spot.
All right, yeah, we can picture.
And I'm kind of marching up to this car, about to flip it over. And you just see these 4 terrified people who go, we're just turning around. We're just turning around.
Oh, yeah, I'll bet.
Now, I let them off. I let them,
with a warning.
No, I was like, okay, all right, calm down straight away. But I wasn't sure if they were really just turning around.
Yeah.
But yeah, I kind of flipped in that moment. I was about to flip that car over. And if you look at a few strongman comps, I can do it. So.
Yes.
But I am very calm most of the time.
Anyway,
I wasn't with you, obviously.
No, obviously not. I've always been a calming influence. Bron chopped. I was working on Darren at OSG on day 2 or 3. I was chatting to him for a little while, and I was working on him and trying to convince him to do more natural stones at next year's Giants Live. I was like, the people really want it. I said, I'm in all the forums. I'm temperature checking. They really want the natural stones, Darren. So fingers crossed. I've tried my best. What have we got here? Alejandro, thank you so much for the super chat. World's Strongest Man needs to be in a stadium or arena. Owe it to the fans and the athletes. Also, Magnus,
World's Strongest Man in the O2.
Goals.
That would be cool.
It would be cool.
If it was sold out.
Yeah, it would. Do you know what? I would miss
I know
how it looks.
But I can tell you from experience, competing at Europe's Strongest Man and competing at the Royal Albert Hall, I mean, those 2 experiences were brilliant.
I know, babe. I've been there. I've lived it with you.
Could you imagine 20 or 30 or 40,000 people at a strongman event?
I know. It would be amazing.
Mental.
It would. But I would miss the old school.
But that's what we can have it. Look at tennis. I always use tennis as an example, but they have different types of contests.
Yeah, okay.
And you can have the same with strongman. We have that variety in terms of events.
Yeah. Why
not have different types of competition? But I think for the world championships, I don't think you can get away now. The guys are too well trained, and it, as more money comes into it, you can't have events that are just down to luck.
No,
like there was a fun event yesterday at the Aaron Page Classic, which was like a rugby scrum machine.
Okay.
To test leg strength and power into the machine. But to be honest, you can set it at different heights and stuff, and it's very, very difficult to really say that's the guy with the strongest legs.
Yeah.
So it was a really fun thing to do. But I don't think it should be at a world championships, for instance. And I think world championships, that elite level, we need to find out who is the best in the world.
Yeah.
And then some other shows where there's less pressure, less prize money,
make it more.
It can be a bit more fun. And
yeah, I guess so. And also, to be fair, World's Strongest Man in recent years has kind of stepped away from. I miss them using the environment as part of, like, with the train tracks and the ramps and pulling things up and all that sort of stuff. Although they were a bit better this year, weren't they? They did the train push and all that kind of stuff. So, how did Colin Bryce have a pick with Jean-Paul as a kid?
Do you know?
I know he's said, and I haven't listened properly.
Colin Bryce has been involved in Strongman for absolutely years. Very good friends with Dougie Edmonds, and Colin has literally been around it his whole life. Yeah. So yeah, as a young kid, he met Jean-Paul. His family are all friends with them, so he's just been around that lifestyle his whole life. We'll have to get him on, and if he's still watching, let us know. But Colin is someone that has been involved in Strongman longer than anyone.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We need a World's Strongest Man in Sun City again and invite Z for a swimming lesson while doing a loading race. Zadruna's drowning in the background.
I think Colin and Gregor Edmonds' dad, Dougie Edmonds, were like best friends.
Yeah, so, it was something like that, wasn't it? Big shout out to Liz, doing a great job with the Strongman videos. Thank you so much. Great coverage, and love the interviews of the various competitors. Keep it up, you too. It was really tricky to do because there was so many people. Like I missed loads though, like loads of really good moments, because you can't possibly be everywhere, and there's so much.
You've got some more videos coming out, haven't you?
I've got some shorts and stuff like that coming out of it. Like all the main coverage is out now, like the behind the scenes and the recap and stuff. But I've got some shorts coming of some of the in my eyes, some of the most impressive performances.
World's Strongest Man in Sun City again.
I just read that. That's okay. Sorry. Are we at the end? Oh no, we're not. There we go. Natural stones are the best. Completely agree, Mad Santa. And I've got nothing against Atlas stones, but I do get Atlas stone fatigue seeing them in every single competition. Imagine being able to flip a car over when you get pissed. Yeah. It's a really good job you didn't, though.
It is.
And also, you would have been flipping it onto someone else's car if it was a full car park, wouldn't you?
This is why you don't invite me to IKEA. Especially on a busy day.
Christ.
I'm a chill guy. She's got a Christmas tree up in November.
Yeah, to be fair, he's pretty chill. Tell Colin we want a heavier set of stones finishing at 210. I think
they're going to be using a heavier set of stones next year. I think Darren said that himself.
Oh, is he here?
No.
Oh, right. He said it himself.
I just speaking to him.
Yeah. Okay. Right, shall we start wrapping up then, Lasso? I don't know about you, but I'm getting pretty tired, and it is a school night.
Need to get the kids all ready for bed.
Yes. And
breakfast sorted or lunch is sorted. I don't know.
He doesn't know what goes on. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us this evening, guys. Are you okay?
I am. It's been a long few days.
Yeah, it's been a long few years. Well, years. I'm so tired. Yes. But yes, look out this week. We've got a couple of fun videos coming out. Our top 10 of 2021, and also a fun head-to-head as well. So make sure you check it out on Wednesday. From Wednesday to the following Wednesday, we're having our Black Friday sale on the website as well. So make sure you keep an eye out on that.
Yeah, and if you guys wanted to become members of the channel, you can do. To all of the members that have joined up, thank you very much. We do appreciate it. We'll be back maybe this time next week.
Yeah, maybe. If there's anything new to talk about.
Have a great week, guys. Take care.
Thanks for joining us. Do the awkward wave, Lassie.